Hello and welcome to the second video in this series of effective letting presentations. I'm David Cox and today we'll be looking at best practice when it comes to finding the right tenant for your property. If you've watched our video on advertising a property, you will know that the NLA has launched a campaign to raise awareness of best practice throughout every stage of the tenancy cycle to help landlords avoid nightmares such as rent arrears and unplanned voids. Over the coming months, we will be taking a tour through each stage of the tenancy cycle. Today, we will be looking at the pre-tenancy stage of finding the right tenant for your property. When it comes to selecting the right tenant, the property advert is key. When writing and placing the advert, it's important to consider: what type of tenant are you looking to attract? Who would the property suit? What medium would best reach your target tenant? Consider who will be living at the property. Will there be any children or pets? Are the prospective tenants in receipt of benefits? Above all, be sure to carry out your research. This is the key to a well-written and placed property advert. If you let to the student market, or perhaps you're considering this market, it's worth noting the results of our research. The NLA's latest landlord panel suggests that students are some of the most reliable tenants. According to the research, students are the least likely type of tenant to miss a rental payment. Only 38% of landlords who let to students have experienced arrears in the last 12 months. Student landlords also experience the lowest incidence of voids, with fewer than 1 in 3 having empty properties in recent months. In addition, student tenants and houses in multiple occupation offer the highest rental yields, 6.7% and 7% respectively, which is considerably higher than the 6.1% which is the UK average. If you let to the student market, consider using the online letting agency Accommodation for Students to advertise your property. They offer discounts for full NLA members. After some successful advertising, you'll be meeting and greeting potential tenants and showing them around your property. Once you've found a tenant that you deem suitable, it's essential that you carry out thorough tenant checks. You should confirm their identification, get photo ID, a previous landlord's reference, employer's reference, character reference, a credit check, electoral roll check, and look for any county court judgments. Thorough tenant referencing is easier said than done, but NLA Tenant Check can help. There are several options to choose from. A basic check searches for county court judgments, residency, credit score, aliases, linked addresses, and verifies their ID. A company check is suitable for limited or PLC companies undertaking tenancy or guarantor agreements. The full check offers all the services of a basic check, plus employer or accountant references, previous landlord references, confirmation of previous property ownership, bank account details, and an assessment as to whether the potential tenant can afford the rent. If you need the check to be carried out quickly, there's also an express service available. As always, full NLA members receive discounts. The small cost of a tenant check is money well spent, especially when you think about the thousands of pounds worth of damage that can be caused by cannabis factories, something that cannot be claimed for under many landlord insurance policies. And now, landlords have to consider the immigration bill. This regulation states that landlords will need to check the ID of all new tenants and will need to carry out periodic checks on tenants with temporary visas. There will be a Home Office helpline and email service to support landlords, and letting agents will be responsible where landlords instruct them to find their tenants. The NLA has worked hard to make sure the requirements are manageable and is still working to influence government to remove the requirement for periodic checks. To learn more about tenant checking and all other aspects of setting up a tenancy, why not attend the NLA's Landlord Foundation course? Held regularly at locations across England and Wales, discounts are available for NLA members. Perhaps you have some best practice suggestions for finding the right tenant. Please share them on the NLA's online member forum and bring your ideas to the next NLA meeting. We're always keen to hear your suggestions. Finally, don't forget to visit the Effective Letting webpage for more best practice guidance. If you're a member and you have a specific question, give the NLA Advice Line a call. And if you'd like to become a member or upgrade your membership, contact the NLA membership team. That's all for now. See you at the next presentation.